Let's get salty!
Everyone, Zeddy here again with another Whizbang's Workshop card review, and today it's Warlock Day, and NEMSY is finally not just a portrait, she's a new legendary minion, and she's gonna hang out with her demon friends. It's kind of a pretty cool card, as well as some other just really weird stuff here. Big demons, are they coming back? Well, they're kind of missing for this, but there is some big demon support, so we're gonna go through all those cards. As always, if you want to win these cards, we have a giveaway going on for 3 mega bundles, 2 regular predators out of my pocket. To enter the giveaway, like and comment in the video, link to the description below. Be subscribe to the channel, and for every 1,000 subs we get until all the cards are revealed, I will add another mega bundle. So hit that sub button, make me go broke. So let's take a look at these cards, starting off with, oh no, Demon Seed support in Wild, maybe. We have the Malefic, whatever, it's a Rook. It's a 3 mana, 5/6 demon. That is some pretty incredible stats for the cost. It's like a pit fighter for 3 mana, but it does have a downside of Battle Cry. Attack your hero. So you play this, it's gonna smack you in the face for 5. And yeah, that'll work with the Demon Seed. You take 5 damage. Yeah, that's half of your questline proc. Is that gonna see play there? No, you have Crystallizer. That card's broken. That's the main reason the deck is a thing in Wild. But yeah, it's kind of a demon you want to cheat out, maybe. There are ways of cheating out. Is it very important to note with today's reveals that Void Caller and Melganis are both leaving the core set. Obviously to make room for these cards, because it's be pretty gross interactions with some of this stuff. But yeah, not the best ways to like cheat out. But do you really care about cheating out a 5/6? It doesn't do anything. I don't know. I don't see this as being a really good card, even if you're swapping it out and doing things like you'll see in a bit, you can do. But again, it's just a 5/6. I think the card is pretty unplayable in Standard. I don't think you could play this in an aggressive build and just hope to take the 5. And, you know, it's like the old Pit Lord. It costs 1 more mana, but even way back in the day, that saw almost no play. I'm going to give it a 1 in Standard. I'll give it a 2 in Wild, just for, like, you know, Demon Seed shenanigans maybe, but I just personally don't see it. Next, we have a very expensive spell that could cheat this out. But again, it's 9 mana. The Crane game. Summon copies of 2 demons in your deck. So yeah, I could get, you know, 5/6 for 9 mana and something else, right? It is copies. You don't summon them, so it will not thin your deck, it will not draw them, so you can still get those demons later on, which can be nice, or maybe you would like to thin your deck. But one demon that is coming into the core set is Doomguard. So definitely look out for that. But as it stands currently in Standard, like the only good big demon out there is Enhanced Dreadlord. Like that's a pretty good one to get out for sure. This reveal batch of cards doesn't have a big demon. I'm assuming we'll get some later today. But as it stands, even if they are pretty good, 9 mana is very expensive. That's a card that's going to be stuck in your hand a lot of the time. Plus, let's say you draw those demons, that feels really bad too. It just seems way too expensive to me to see realistic play, but maybe they do unveil some absolutely broken demons later today that makes it worth it. But right now it's basically like Enhanced Dreadlord, Doomguard. I'm sorry, not that the 5/6 we looked at. I just can't see it. And like Sargeras, you can cheat out, but then you don't get the Battle Cry. It's pretty useless. So again, not really the support there for it. And even if they got to be really insane for 9 mana to be worth it. So I'm gonna give this a 2 out of 5 in Standard, a 1 in Wild, where you could Blood Bloom. Actually, I'll give it a 2 in Wild. You could Blood Bloom this out and then cheat out 2 giant demons. Maybe, just maybe that's worth it. Probably not, but yeah, that might just do the trick. I don't know. Next, we have the End Game, a 2 mana shadow spell. Resurrect your last demon that died. So relatively cheap effect. It's your last demon, so you can kind of manipulate this. Again, I think of Doomguard, which is going into the core set of a card that you cheat out in some way or just play it. You bring that back for 2 mana. You bring it back again for 2 mana. That is a lot of damage. And also just, yeah, a lot of these big demons or whatever. But a lot of these demons that are big and they have like death rattles, and those death rattles die, those will get brought back. So there's some anti-synergy with it. I just see this as like a Doomguard card for the most part right now, but you could bring back your, I guess the waste sanitizer, waste remover or whatever. It's also a card you could bring back. It's not quite as good as a, what, 5/7 now, but bring that back in those type of decks. It probably has some validity to it. I think it's better than the last card. I will give it a 3 in standard. I'll give it a 2 in wild, where we haven't seen like a Q block, demon lock strategy work in a long time. These have the demon seed is just so broken that that's all you do in wild. Until that changes, I don't see it being a big player there, so I will give it a 2. Next, we have the Tabletop Rooll Player, a 4 mana 4/3 miniaturized card. Battle Cry, you give a friendly demon +2 attack and immune this turn. And of course you get the mini that does the same thing. So again, any demon on the board, you could curve in 3 mana 5/6 and then play this on top of that, give it a big attack buff, but it doesn't get any health. It's just purely attack. It does give immune, so you could trade into stuff, which can be valuable. And maybe there's like a wombo combo with like the mini of hitting up a big, like a Doomguard or another demon that's just on the board. It could be decent, but again, I'm really not sold on it. I look through standard and I just don't see the demon support to really get me excited for this. Like Doomguard, Enhanced Dreadlord, there's just not a lot of great demons. And of course, neutrals are always really lacking for demons. Not a ton there, so we'll have to really see what the demons are later today if we're getting any. Again, I'm gonna give it a 2 out of 5 in standard, a 1 in wild, where I think it's way too slow and requires board. It really does, unless you have a charge minion going. I don't see it. And then lastly, we do have a card that is really cool. I think Game Master NEMSY, a legendary 4 Warlock. It is a 5 mana 3/6. I don't think there's been a NEMSY card. There's just been like NEMSY portraits, or I think she was on like Bog Creeper artwork and stuff like that. I think she's been on artwork. But regardless, you get Battle Cry. You draw a demon, so you could get a Doomguard or whatever, a big taunt. Death Rattle, you swap places with it. So you get to draw it, and once she dies, you then summon that demon. And then you can bring it back and then attack in and do all sorts of good stuff. This does not require a big build around. You just need a couple of good demons with NEMSY, and it's good. When you do play her, obviously she doesn't do a lot. She does draw a card. She could be silenced or moved, but you know, there's self-damage or like self-removal cards, Death Rattle procs, things like that you could do. Although I think Shallow Grave is rotating for Warlock, so it won't be super relevant in standard, but still, I think it's a solid card to get that specific tutor. Maybe you really want that specific demon, but Doomguard, I feel like, gets the biggest benefit from all these cards. And it's not even a new card, it's just a free card, the core set, but charge is effective in cheating it out and resummoning it and doing all sorts of shenanigans. Where's our carnivorous cube, right? We need a cube. I see this card seeing meta play. I don't know if it's crazy good, but it also does really have that anti-synergy with Sargeras, where you really don't want to swap places with Sargeras, as that will, you know, negate that whole portal of things. So you can't really play this in a deck with Sargeras unless you just believe that you're not going to hit it. So there is that downside, and you really do want to play that card in most decks. It's just so good. But as NEMSY does swap with your hand, my assumption is you just keep drawing more and more demons that she can be like that, kind of like Kangor dancing card, right? Where it's just an ongoing thing that rips through. But again, I don't know how good that is. It's quite slow. She doesn't have taunt or anything like that. And we'll have to see how it plays out. I'll still give NEMSY a 3 out of 5 in standard, a 2 in wild. But also, she's got an amazing signature art. That artwork there, that signature on NEMSY is absolutely insane. I love that. I'm not a big NEMSY fan most of the time, but that signature, she looks freaking evil or crazy or whatever you want to call it. I do think that's pretty sweet. But overall, a weird package of cards so far. I'm assuming we'll see more demons later today that will make sense of some of this, because right now, again, I feel like outside of the Doomguards and like the Enhanced Dreadlord, I don't know what else is really worth cheating out. So stay tuned for all that. If you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. Have a great day and stay salty, my friends.